The US stock market is in free fall, experiencing its biggest 2 day decline in decades, then a 3 day decline. And as I am coming to you today, the Dow is down another 400 points. And Fox News has apparently decided that the best course of action is to pretend that it's mostly not happening, other than random 15-minute segments during which Larry Kudlow will express some concern, or Maria Bartiromo will casually mention a recession's coming and then move on to attacking Democrats. We are talking thousands and thousands of points down, trillions of dollars in wealth erased, retirement accounts, 401ks, pensions, all taking serious hits. This is the kind of story where, if you're a legitimate news outlet, it leads the front page. It's the top of the hour. It's every single show. But if you checked Fox News' website or watched their programming late last week and this weekend and early this week, you'd be forgiven for thinking everything's fine in the stock market. On Friday, during peak market turmoil, the Fox News homepage had no mention of the collapse anywhere above the fold of the page. Instead, they had a whole bunch of other stories that, while I guess maybe titillating to elements of their audience, not necessarily the most important things. Pro-life activist assaulted. Federal judge directs Trump administration to return Maryland man deported to El Salvador prison. Kamala Harris's reaction to Trump's landslide victory revealed in bombshell book. Anyway, I think you get the picture. Not really much there about what is the most impactful financial story in a very long time. According to Fox, the issue was not the economic damage that Trump's tariffs are causing. It is this other stuff. And then over the weekend, once again, AG Bondi punishes federal prosecutor for not towing White House line in deportation case. Which countries have solved mass migration? Dark new measles discovery surfaces as RFK heads to outbreak zone. And of course, nothing there about the insane economic turmoil. Why the silence? I think the answer is pretty simple. The crash is being driven by Trump's own policies. And there is no plausible way to talk about the crash without at least partially blaming it on Donald Trump. Trump comes in, announces these sweeping global tariffs, which send shockwaves through global markets. Investors panic. Economists say we may be heading to a recession here. JP Morgan Chase raises the odds of a recession to 60%. And so your Fox News, your job is mostly to protect Donald Trump, at least for now. And you have two options. You report honestly about the unfolding financial crisis and the role that Donald Trump is playing in it. Or you look the other way and you pretend that, the alligator in someone's toilet is more important. Or I guess there's a third option, which is you cover it, but you blame it on somebody else. Democrats, Marxists, socialists, communists, maybe Justin Trudeau. But it doesn't seem like that would be believable right now, as more and more Republicans are saying, no, Trump is the one who's to blame for this. So Fox chose door number two. It's fine, even though Nana has lost 15% in just a week. It's fine, even though all of a sudden pensions are starting to look a little bit questionable. And so you see users on Reddit and viewers of the show sharing these disturbing anecdotes about how Fox News is spinning it to the extent that they're even covering it. One commenter on our subreddit said that their grandmother watched Fox and was told that the tariffs might cause a little bit of pain now, but it's part of some genius long-term plan. And so that particular grandmother was okay because it's making America great again. Think about how dangerous that is. Millions of people being told essentially, don't worry about your tanking retirement account, even if you're close to retirement. Trump is helping you somehow over the long term. Now, of course, the real result is economic disaster. It's higher prices, it's fewer exports, there's no coherent plan, there's no benefit on the horizon, and nothing but pain for American workers. So what we're seeing is pure and total propaganda, and it's not a one-off. When there's good economic news under a Democrat, Fox would still run with Biden inflation still a threat. When there's an economic meltdown under Donald Trump, What about the dog walker who's using eucalyptus to calm the dogs or something like that? And the consequences are that it's not that Fox is bad at news. We know that they've chosen not to really do news. This matters because millions of Americans only get their news from Fox. And when reality becomes politically inconvenient, they're left in the dark. It's not just a failure of coverage, it's a deliberate editorial choice to protect power, not to inform people. When you see a market crash of this magnitude, it's front page news everywhere. But on Fox, it's buried under 21 other stories. Or it's rebranded as look at the genius thing that Donald Trump is doing. It's going to fix itself. Authoritarian media strategy 101. So markets continue down. Fox doing what state-controlled media outlets do, pretending everything's fine as long as their leader looks strong or is the right shade of orange. And that's the real crash we need to be worrying about, the crash in our democracy and the crash in media reporting. After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what the Echo Machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get the Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out the Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.